What?
Missed it. I missed it. I pushed go live just so. Ah, there we are.
What's going on? What's occurring? Good evening, everyone. Welcome to episode 144 of the Studio Rats Q&A Live. My name's James Ivy.
I'm Paul Drew.
And he pressed the button early. How very dare you?
Because you were blowing your snozzle, and I thought I'd just let the audience watch you.
Catch me out. Yeah, nice one. Thanks for that.
Yeah.
One and all, you are very welcome. It's great to have so many people in early doors. Thank you for joining us. Hopefully tonight will be as amusing as the rest of Paul and my day has been. More on that shortly. But however, Mr. Drew, I don't even need to say what you've been up to. It's kind of all piled up behind you.
You can see behind me, I've been packing the studio for the move. 3 days so far. Whoops, something's just fallen off. Something's just fallen off the chair. 3 days so far. Got about another half day, I reckon, and then I'll be done. But yeah, what a nightmare. Like packing down studio stuff.
It's rubbish, isn't it?
Rubbish.
And how many boxes of that is just cables?
4 boxes of cables. I haven't finished the cables yet. I've got a load of cables above the door as well. You see in that little space up there.
Yeah.
I need to go hunting up there to get everything down. But yeah, big jobs. What about yourself?
Where are we? So the weekend, I was in sunny Crawley.
Cool. That's not very sunny, is it?
Not really. No. With the cheerleaders and Gregoire. Right. Then the rest of the week so far has been video production, and on Tuesday, 2 little videos I did for Studio Spares went live, which was quite exciting. And then some bloke called Paul Drew came over today, and we've been flat out with rat content.
How many videos we get?
We got 7, I think, in the end.
7, I think it was.
7 in a day. That's not bad going for us.
Not bad. 7 videos of pure guff. Yeah, it was good. It was nice. It was a nice day. But you do live a long way away. That's 4 hours in the car.
And you're about to move further.
Yeah.
Might have to get the spare room ready for you for this for when we do these.
Yeah, I think that might be the best idea. And then curry at the end of the video shoot.
Defo.
That could be good, couldn't it? Let's do that.
Sounds like a good plan. There's a curry house just there.
Yes, I know. I saw that. The one that used to be the pub.
It still is a pub.
Oh no! Even see, I love that. I love that about the English countryside when you get like a pub that's also a curry house, like a proper old English pub.
Yeah,
and a curry house. It's great when they do that.
Great bit of planning.
Yeah. Right, should we get to it?
So yeah, let's dive straight in. It's got heavy early, so let's go. Boom.
High mileage douchebag says, "Love my Focus Fuzz 2. So glad I got in early. Absolutely good move, mate. Do you know there are people scalping those now for 700 quid? So
yeah. Are pedals the new gold?
It's mental. I don't know what's going on, but people were just buying multiple versions of limited runs. I don't know if it happens in other industries. It probably does. Like watches and that sort of stuff, and but people are buying these things and then selling them for more money, and I think it's a bit of a funny relevant comment, but it is a bit of a douchebag move, isn't it?
I mean, when we bought quad Cortis, I was very intent on not selling it, not going, $2,000 please.
Yeah.
Want one, because that's just not right. I mean, I did ask for a little bit more, but that was mainly to cover shipping costs that I'd incurred buying it.
Yeah, I think I got my money back on it.
Oh yeah, I did too. But I didn't go, well, I want 1,700 now because you can't get them.
Yeah.
That's just that's not what I'm about.
Okay.
I mean, I know. Don't get me wrong. There's some stuff that's going up for sale, and I'd like it to go for more than I paid for it.
Yeah.
Mainly because in many cases I've spent money on getting it serviced and, stuff happening to it. Yeah. We'll get onto that in a minute.
Yeah.
I've already put the links in the show. So if you want to join us live, please do so. Just be somewhere quiet-ish on a laptop or phone or whatever with a half-decent connection, so we're not all going... But yeah, join in, have some fun, and all that sort of stuff. Hi, Marley Douchebag also goes on to say...
He says, guys, have you ever played a PRS Private Stock? Yes. Do they play much nicer than core models? No. Or just more exotic? Yes. Got offered a deal, $3,500 on one with the rosewood neck. That is gorgeous. That's an absolute bargain. If you can get a private stock for $3,500, that's a no-brainer to me. Okay, so let's answer a couple of questions. Do they play any better? The thing about the core models, and PRS are pretty much like this throughout their range, apart from the SE stuff, even the S2 stuff. They play, and they're not going to make their core models worse than a private stock. The only thing that you're getting with a private stock, think of it like a Fender custom shop and a master built.
Yeah.
There's nothing better. You're not going to get it to play better than a core model.
Right.
Will it have a better top on it? Yeah, without a doubt. The only thing that I would say about the private stock, and I say this about a lot of PRSs, is if you want it to hold its value and you're getting it for that price, so I wouldn't worry about my comment. But if you do want to go and buy a private stock, because they are dentist guitars, and it's a cliche, but because it's true, James, you know a dentist in your local village. What guitars he got?
He's got three PRSs.
It's a cliche, but it's true, because it's a piece of furniture. Think of it like that, as opposed to a player's guitar, something like a master built Strat or a Telecaster, where they're relics and they're meant to be played. I personally think a PRS private stock is meant to go back in the case.
That's terrible, isn't it? I know what you mean, but it's still terrible.
It is, yeah. I mean, and that's it. So if you want it to hold its value, you've got to look after it. Personally, that's one of the reasons why I would always go for a master built over like a private stock. But for £3,500, you can't get a master built for £3,500. So no. I would grab that with both hands.
Nice.
Alan says, "Good evening, chaps. Looking forward to another informative session. What are you going to watch then?"
I was about to say, where are you going?
Al says, "Evening, guys. Hope all is well with you both. Was trying to finish a client's mix, then poured a JD and tuned into you guys. I guess I'll be finishing it tomorrow now. Then, nice one, mate.
Good man. Al, we definitely need to make sure we hook up for NAMM, and I have a very exciting NAMM update as well. When we get to that point,
the update that I'm not going, is that the exciting update? Paul's not going. It's exciting.
Paul's not going to NAMM. Yeah, that's not exciting. It's sad that you're not going.
But I know I'm going to regret it.
But we're still going to involve Paul in a way. I'm not sure how it's going to work yet, but we are going to make it work. Yeah, so stay tuned.
Yeah, we'll definitely make that work. K Michael P says, "Howdy, y'all. Another ratty day." Howdy, K Michael P.
It certainly has been a ratty day.
It has been. Safey's in the house. Hi, Safey. Says, good evening or evening, Safey. Alexi K says, "Evening, hand pink waving." I love that. I love it when you put like the emoji.
Yeah, and it doesn't work.
Why pink waving though? Why hand pink waving?
No, it's a pink hand.
Oh, okay. Ned says, "Good evening, nice to see you." And you, Ned. Shep, evening or evening, Shep. Actually, I can do this, can't I? Can I make this bigger? I can make it bigger. Great. Maestro 1 says, "Evening all, evening, Maestro 1. Farid, evening, everyone. Evening, Farid. Mr. Moxie's in the house. He says, "Evening, both, and to all Highland Plectrums at the ready." We'll get them out.
They're out. They're there.
Mine are all packed.
Oh.
David Ashcroft says, "Evening all, evening, David. Funky Bass UK. Evening, rats. I spent the last week trying to work out how many amps Jivey has now. Would love to hear that Cornell Plexi combo crank through one of those massive Marshall 4x12 cabs. We should have done that today, actually.
We should. There's another video there. Well, actually, we couldn't have done. We couldn't because of cabling issues.
That's right. No, you can't, because your 4x12 16 ohms,
yes,
and the Plexi is only 8.
Yes.
Not that I think that would have made a massive difference or would have damaged anything, but not worth the risk.
No. But we have now cranked all the amps up. Do you know what the number is right now? I'm going to do a quick tally while we're here. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. 16. That's ridiculous.
That's a lot of amperes. Yeah, but that Cornell Plexi is really good.
It's an awesome little thing, isn't it?
Yeah, really good. Also, I'm glad we didn't put it into the 4x12, because being an EL84, a little bit more sensitive, I reckon.
Yes.
But yeah, okay. Have you got EL84s? Have you got any spares?
No.
Honestly, I've got loads of them. I was thinking about putting mine up for sale, because I haven't got an EL84 amp anymore.
All right. Well, I'll have a couple of those of you.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. We've done 8 videos today on a lot of the stuff that was bought in the last round of auctions. It's been a very busy day.
Yeah.
Some stuff that Paul likes, and some stuff he doesn't.
Where is that thing?
Well, which one? There's a couple.
There it is. It's behind him.
There it is. Look at it. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful.
Honestly, I don't understand how people can play them. I don't understand what's going on.
I just want to go. I just want to go.
And you are. The thing about it, that is when, like, someone invents something that's style over. It's not even style, but it's style over function, isn't it?
It's not. I can play it. For me, it balances really nicely. My arm sits quite nicely across the point.
Oh, honestly,
it's not a
stupid guitar ever. It's like that. You might as well have got a BC Rich Warlock or something, as far as I'm concerned.
No, because this will hold its value because of that bit up there.
Yeah, no, that would hold its value. Mind you, the old BC Riches are going for quite a lot now.
It's crazy. It's crazy what stuff's going for. But yeah, Funky Bass. There's 16, but a good 10 of those are going.
Yeah,
I would say, because they've been replaced with better stuff's changed. Yeah, so more to follow. All I can say is look for James Drummist on eBay. That's me.
There we go. Ned says, will you talk about the new Blackstore debut MOSFET based amps in the news? They apparently sound good and are very affordable at around $200. I didn't know they were that cheap, actually. I don't know if I've got it in the news. I don't think I have got it in the news. Look, I'm not a massive fan of Blackstar stuff.
It's got a tone, hasn't it? It's got a tone all its own.
That's a good word for it.
That's really nice way of putting it, isn't it?
No, but for $200, it's great, isn't it?
Yeah, I mean, I think they've got a place. I'm not sure what that place is, but I think they've got a place.
Okay, awesome. Laz is in the house. He says, evening all, just checking in to thank Dave for letting me enter. Ooh. And of course, for the chaps who let me observe the magic happening live today. Hope everyone's having a good week. There we go.
I'm not sure there was much magic going on. Definitely some guff.
There was some guff. Evening chaps from Chris. Evening, Chris. Jeff. Oh, no, he's got a new pickup there. Look at that. There's a nice bit of wood on there. What's that? He said, good morning from sunny Brisbane. I'm not generally a tidy person, but Paul really needs to clean that room up. Yeah. Well, now, just in case you weren't there, Jeff, from the top, everything's packed, ready to move. So that's all packing, move next a week today. James, can you say the name for me?
No, my Russian is not up to very much.
He says, hello, is GT1000 still actual as universal bedroom headphone amp? Okay, let's try and translate that, because obviously Google Translate has not done a very good job.
No, hello, it's GT1000. Obviously, we like that.
Yeah.
Still active as a universal bed, I would say as a good bedroom. But yeah, probably universal. Versatile bedroom headphone amp. Yeah, not a bad choice.
Absolutely, yes. I think, I don't think you go wrong. GT1000's got some amazing effects in it, like the actual quality of the quality of the effects is really good. Also, the latency on the GT1000, I think, is the lowest in its class. It beats everything.
Cool.
So it's really good. John says, afternoon, gents. Afternoon, John. Daniel says, good evening, rats. Rainy and 15 degrees here in NC. I'm really enjoying my Focus Fuzz as well. Oh, nice one. It's good that a lot of people from the channel have bought one. Al says, love the Motherload Fuzz video, Paul. Sounded great. That's really good, that thing.
Yeah, you definitely are embracing the fuzz, aren't you?
Yeah, but a certain type of fuzz.
You've been caught by the fuzz.
Been caught by the fuzz. Yeah, certain types of fuzz. More the distortion-y fuzz I love. And that the Motherload rat with the rat circuit with the big muff EQ in as well was magical, I think.
Yes, a good combination.
Yeah. Blues lawyers and dentists. Yeah, unfortunately it's true, but they're great guitars. Danny T says, evening guys, I've been listening to the Studio Rats on Spotify. Great stuff. Who writes the songs, music and lyrics? That'll be myself and whoever is the singer.
Yes. And he lets me write my own drum parts mostly.
Yeah. So my job before the Studio Rats was as a music producer and a songwriter. So, but thank you, Danny T. I'm glad
we should do some more of that.
Yes.
Now we've got space to do it.
Yeah, I need to write some more songs. Definitely. It's so funny, but since the Studio Rats really taken over, I don't get a lot of chance to do any songwriting anymore. And I really should do some more. But yes. John McGuigan says, evening all. Went out to buy a Fender Player Strat, but came back with an American Professional 2 Strat. Nice. It was just so nice to play. Great neck, and the push adding the neck pickup sounds fab. Nice. Pads 1982 says, heresy. What's heresy? Yeah. What one's heresy? What are we talking about?
PRS?
I'm
not sure, but probably PRS. Yeah, I've only seen one PRS that I went, a seriously expensive one that I went, oh, I like that.
Oh no, I mean they're all brilliant. They're brilliant guitars.
But I hate to say it, it's probably the one you dislike the most. It's the Orianthe. It's beautiful.
You're such a wrong one.
See, I told you. It's
too much. That one's just too much.
Much. I love it. It's beautiful. I love the purpley pinkness of it, and it's just so utterly girly, but I love it.
Awesome. Right. Matthias Sellerpop Rosenqvist. Hello from Sweden. Hi, Matthias.
Very good. I'm impressed with your... Yeah, I go Matthias, yeah.
Hello, mate.
Good. I'm impressed with your pronunciation there.
Well, there we go. Mike Bray says, hello from America. A question for Paul. What speakers do you prefer for a 4x12 with a Plexi style amp? I really like greenbacks. I think with any amp, I really like greenbacks. Trying to think anything that I don't like. I'm not a massive fan of Alnico Blues. Right.
GT75s.
James is not a fan of GT75s.
Although...
Is that the thing that's in your Fender?
That's exactly what's in that Fender Twin. And my God, that sounds good.
Honestly, yeah, I think you've just had a bad experience. They sound great in that Twin.
They do. And it's probably what's in the 4x12 as well. I haven't... At some point, I will open it up and see what's in there. If it's vintage 30s, I'll be very surprised.
No, I mean, I like... Yeah, I really like greenbacks. I like greenbacks. On my match list, I've got a couple of greenbacks.
I remember when I first realised that greenbacks was a thing, and all I could think of was "Si Baroni," because Baron von Greenback was the baddie in Danger Mouse.
Yeah. Very English. I'm sure that's a very English reference.
Probably.
John McQuiggan, evening all. Went out to get. Have we done that one?
Oh, we've had that one. Yep, we've had that one again. Boom.
Keat musician says, "Must be Thursday. Good morning all." Wow, is it Thursday over there?
Must be.
Wednesday here still. Yep. Nectarius says, "Would you buy a Telecaster with humbuckers? HH currently looking into purchasing a Vintera 70s Deluxe Telly. Would I buy one? No.
Have I got one? Yes.
Should you buy one? Yeah. I guess if you want, yeah, no, there's no reason why you shouldn't buy it. Definitely not. If I had the choice, if there were two guitars that I had to use for a gig, and one was to say two tellies, one was a normal telly with single coils, and one had humbuckers, I would always pick up the single coil guitar.
But mine's a thin line, which has got the wide fields on it.
You've done it now. You keep doing this. You say something, and then that all I can think of is that. No, you see, you've got narrow fields and wide mixed up. Hold on. Yes, that one.
That one.
The Tim Shaw one.
Yes, they're really not. That's really nice guitar, and those pickups sound amazing.
Yeah,
they're really nice and open and fat and lovely and
great. I tell you, the telly that I really do like that has humbuckers is a Sir Alt T.
Yes,
but it doesn't sound like humbuckers.
It doesn't sound like a telly either, particularly.
Such a great guitar. I so regret getting rid of that. That's such a great guitar. I need to get another one of them. Taya says, should I get the new warm audio pre-saturation? We're talking about that in a minute, actually.
Well, I know what I can say, but I'll say it early doors. Yes, they're fantastic.
Awesome.
I didn't want to give it back.
How much are they? Actually, don't tell me. No. We'll talk about later.
We'll get to it.
Music of Dreamweaver says, hi guys, was looking at the Boss IR200 as a backup solution for not having an amp available. What's your opinion on that piece of gear? Are there any good alternatives? It's really good. It sounds great. I really like it. Are there any other alternatives? Yeah. Depends if you've got to get it on your pedal board. If you're looking at Boss stuff, the GX100 is really, really good as well. Personally, if I had the choice of buying the IR200 or the GX100, I would go and buy a GX100.
Nice.
But they're both really good. Matteo says, yo. Jeff Cook, the guitar in the picture is a burnt ash US Strat with one piece neck. Nice. Fralin Hum cancelling P90s. Oh, look at that. It has got P90s. I didn't see that.
I thought they were P90s.
Didn't see that. And a Vega Trem. The P90s really honk when you get down low. It's a real treat. Nice.
Well, I'd like to hear that. I'd like to play that as
well. Funky bass. Best of luck with the move, Paul. Thanks, mate. My first thought was, lads, when you said the 4x12 is 16 ohm, was that a full stack of a pair of 16 ohm 4x12 cabs would work at 8 ohms? No, it's a single. It's not full stack, half stack.
It's half stack. 4x12. Therefore, it must have four ohms in it in series.
Yes.
What I could do is split them to be 2 4s and give me an 8 or a 16 ohm input.
Leave it as it is. It sounds great, that cab.
That's the thing. I don't want to wreck it. It sounds so good at 16. I don't want to wreck it.
Yold Monster 1 says, I picked up a PRS Vela semi-hollow satin recently. Great guitar. Nice one. Yeah, I like those Velas. Nice one.
Right. Okay. It's hit. I'm putting it out there now. What? If anybody wants the PRS SAS that I've got,
go and get it to show people. Go and get it.
I can't. There's amps in the way.
Yeah.
Hang on. Right.
Oh, this is great. It's great TV. This
is a great guitar. This is an awesome guitar.
So there we go. Swamp Ash Special.
Yeah.
The 3.
It's beautiful. but it's not getting the love it deserves.
As in the playing?
Yeah, it's not being played.
Comes with a case?
I don't play it enough for as beautiful guitar as this is to sit on the wall all the time.
It's come with a case?
Yes, hard case. It's not an official PRS one, but it is a good quality hard case.
Okay. How much are you selling it for?
15.
Bargain.
Yes, 1,500 quid, and it is somebody's. I'd rather, if you're in the UK, you came to collect it. But if you want it shipped, and we can sort an appropriate number out, and you can insure it and stuff, I'll do that as well. But this is a fab guitar.
Yeah, nice.
And really? It's not getting the use from me.
Okay.
But it's lush. Anyway, I'll put it back now. Ah! Crash.
Great TV.
Yeah, I just decided.
I'm gonna choose the next question. If I can find the next question. Here we go. Music of Dreamweaver says, I've also taken delivery of the Wazacraft DC2W. I absolutely love it. DC2W. What's DC? Chorus?
Could be, couldn't it?
Yeah, I absolutely love it. I've used the plug-in version of the rack unit for a while, the UAD one. Do you guys?
Yeah.
Yes. No, it's not. It's Dimension C. We also did Dimension C as well,
which is a chorus, isn't it?
Dimension C, DC, Dimension C.
Yes.
Yeah, it's a sort of, yes, it is a chorus.
It's a modulation effect.
Yeah. Do you guys have any experience with the pedal or rack?
Only the rack, and it was amazing.
Yeah, definitely.
I've used the UA plugin loads of times because I don't have the rack anymore.
Yeah.
Another one of the list of things I never wished I'd sold.
Yeah, I've never used the actual Wazacraft DC2W. But yeah, no, it'd be great. All of the all the Boss pedals are great. The Wazacraft, the Wazacraft ones are brilliant. Thanks, mate. That's the ones. Tess says, nice. Ah, Mr. McQuillan's in the house. He said, good evening, fellow rodents. He says, hope life's treating you well. There we go. David makes these fabulous plectrums. Shall I say he makes them, or he carves them out of?
He crafts them.
Crafts them out of old coins, and they're brilliant.
And they sound amazing. I was using them on a video this week, and it was the only thing that made the right noise.
Mm-hmm. Dave Hardy says, just got a new reissue Marshall Governor. Tis the dog's bollocks through my blue guitar amp 1 silver. Nice. Yeah,
we've been playing with my original one today and the new Blues Breaker and some other stuff that I've acquired.
Really good stuff. Yeah, I really like that Blues Breaker pedal.
It's almost like it's not a reissue. It's another issue, because reissue often means they've changed something. They haven't.
Yeah. See, my dualist, my Kingtone dualist, has got a Blues Breaker side of it, and it's got a lot more gain than that Marshall pedal. Loads more gain than that. But what that Marshall pedal did was really nice. Terry Wolf, Apple Music won't let you stream songs on their platform anymore unless it's been mixed in Dolby Atmos. This is the future. Bedroom mixing hobbyists will be goosed unless they buy 7 speakers. That's interesting.
Oh, well. No, all it'll do is it will kill off Apple Music.
Hold on a second. Can't it just upmix?
You can do there is an upmix facility. You can buy plugins that will do an automatic upmix. It's not great, but it will do it.
So hold on a second. So Apple Music, what about all the songs that have been released before 2020?
They'll all still exist, but they just won't accept any new stuff. I can't believe that for a moment, to be totally honest.
Wow. The thing is, I'm really surprised. I'm really surprised at that. Anyway.
Interesting.
Farrad H, what do you like or dislike about stainless steel frets? There's nothing I don't like about stainless steel frets. I like how bright they had an extra sort of zingy top to the sound, and I like how they don't don't wear out. Yeah, I think it's win-win-win. Nectarius, expensive guitar, expensive amp. What do you pick? I've been seeing this question a lot actually on other YouTube channels, questions and stuff. It's really good. Yeah. Expensive guitar.
I'm going to go expensive amp.
I'm going to go expensive guitar.
And after today's experience, you know why I'm going to go expensive amp.
Go on.
Well, today's guitar, some of the guitars we were playing today were not expensive, and they were still really good.
See what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. I would still go expensive guitar. I think longevity of resale value.
Yep, there is that.
Thanks for several of months. I've been trying to choose multi-effects after the experience of Nux 30 and VST Tonex. Even Kemper wasn't impressed. I expect the Boss with minimal latency will like it. Yeah, the GX 100 and the GT 1000. And have a look at the GX 100 as well. Really good stuff. Chemical P, the new EMG J Master pickup set looks really interesting. Yeah, didn't we mention? Did we talk about that last? I think we talked about that last week, didn't we?
Yeah, that's a great looking guitar.
Pickup, you mean?
Yeah, but the guitar with those pickups looks great.
Okay. Mississippi Blue said, "Good evening, rats and all. New gear day as a Mantis. Wow. MGF AC22. Great naming. A bit blingy, but plays like butter. Have you played? PS, love my Focus Fuzz as well. Everyone's got Focus Fuzzes. I've never played as a Mantis. I'm not a massive fan of the look of them, but I know they are highly regarded, which is great. You know, again, that's a good buy.
Yeah,
you won't lose value on that. Mendel Rocks, evening all. Rat gear question for my MB Studio Pre. MB. I keep looking. I just think MacBook. MB.
Yeah.
MB. Mesa Boogie Studio Pre.
Yeah.
Studio. Am I missing something? Not having at least tried a proper rack power amp. Can I just go into effects returns of various amp heads? I mean, basically, that's exactly if you do that, you're going into a valve power.
Yeah, plug into the valve power. Exactly what it does.
And it's a valve amp. You're using the valve power. So no, the only thing I would say is that most valve rack power amps are stereo, which is when the Studio Pre came out, was that sort of sound. So, you know, if you want that sort of 80s Steve Lukather sort of sound, then get the Stereo Pre. You can pick up those, you know, Boogie stereo power amps now for they used to be
a lot of money.
They
were a lot of money, but
they were a lot of money, and they're brilliant.
You can also get the dual monoblock Marshalls.
Yeah.
But other than the fact that at some point you're going to have to lift it.
Oh, it's the same with the Boogie power amps. Really heavy stuff. Yes, stick away from. I would say if you're going to do it, stick away from the MOSFET amps and that
the valve state.
especially a valve state. Yeah, but all the MOSFET stuff, and get like a proper one, because you'll always be thinking, should I have got the valve one? Tim says your cab probably has 4 16-ohm speakers wired in pairs, 8 ohms, then in series to 16. Pretty configuration for there we go.
Okay, well there we go.
Yeah, every day's learning. Larry says, Reed James selling the SAS. I'll happily deliver it 50 miles radius of Cambridge, UK. If any of the Rat Pack wants it gratis. Oh, that's nice. Cheers, Larry. You'll have to wait for Jive to get it to me first. Nice one. There we go. But thereafter, no further charge to your home. Nice one.
That's very generous.
Yeah. Florian Schartner says, Buenas noches from Barcelona.
Right, Florian, it's been a long time, mate. We are in Barcelona again in June, I think, doing all things cheering. If you're still working at the Farah Centre, we are there again. So hopefully we'll hook up then.
There we go. Paul McKinnon Fitness and Nutrition says that PRS is a great looking guitar, James. Probably why you like the Gibson Les Paul Satin Honeyburst. That's my next guitar purchase. First comes to the Katana Mark 250, though. Good luck with the move, Mr. Thank you, Paul. Funky Bass watched a couple of recent videos from Colt Caparoon on the Atmos news. He said you won't be on Apple playlist unless you have an Atmos mix, but I think your music would still be available there.
Right. Okay. So it won't make an Apple.
I see.
An Apple. What's the word? An Apple curated playlist. Yeah. That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because they are. I mean, don't get me wrong. I want to have an Atmos rig in here. I'm rigged up for it. It's just that I don't have 10 grand to throw at speakers right now.
Yeah. Jim says, what do you guys think of the new HeadRush Prime? We're going to talk about that in a minute, actually.
We certainly are.
We'll give you all of our opinions on it. Ivica Bago says, greetings from Croatia. Greetings, Ivica. I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. I know he's a regular viewer. Top Low Telly says, greetings from Alabama. Greetings, mate. Pet says, what would be your compression settings for a loud singing voice? Really depends on microphones and everything and gain on the preamp and all that sort of stuff.
And bear in mind that loud does not necessarily mean dynamic. Yeah, loud just means loud. Someone who has a lot of variation in their voice, that's when you start having to compress heavily.
Yeah. I always think about compression as well. I think you can push it, especially on, like a decent hardware compressor, 1176, blah, blah, blah. You can push it much more. And a LA2A, my favorite, push it way more than you think you can.
Yeah. And actually, I remember I did a session a few years ago, but I had some hardware in, and it was 500 series. And it was a radial pre, a radial compressor, and a radial EQ in a radial rack. And my God, they sounded good, but you could drive it really hard, but not hear it. You could see the gain reduction meter slamming in, but all it did was just control the vocal. So I think when people say, "Oh, it's over compressed," they've only done it in plugins.
Yeah,
and there is a different sound between plugins and hardware.
Yeah, definitely. I had some. Who makes the silver gear with the green knobs? Always wears leather shorts at the shows.
Oh well, he passed away, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, Dave Hill passed away.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, he passed away a couple of weeks ago. Very sad news.
Oh, well, that is sad. Crane Song.
Beautiful, beautiful kit.
Yeah, I had a couple of Crane Song compressors, and you could smash them, and you couldn't really hear the compression. It was really good. Oh, that's a shame he died.
Yeah, very, very, very sad. I don't know anything about. I don't know any of the anything surrounding, but I know he was getting on a bit. But Dave would hang out with Rupert Neve. That was his drinking buddies.
Yeah, he was. Absolute genius.
Absolute genius.
Florian says, looking forward to inviting you for some tomato salad.
Sounds good. Awesome.
It's you that doesn't like tomato.
It's me who doesn't like tomatoes. Yeah. I think we went out. It was a couple of years ago when we were in Barcelona, not last year, but a couple of years before COVID. And Florian invited me out for tapas. And I think he probably remembers I'm not a huge fan of raw tomatoes.
Okay. William says, good evening, Paul and James. I've got my Highland Plectrum and it's really great. Awesome. Thanks for the recommendation. Question to Paul, your favorite top 5 guitar players. Question to James, do you plan on getting an Eric Johnson Strat? Regards, William. Top 5 guitar players. Steve Lukather. That's a good question. Steve Lukather. I'm going to regret some of the things I'm going to say. Oh, what about him? Nuno Betancourt.
It's got to be up there these days.
Yeah. It's going to be a slow day. Let's go modern. Joe Bonamassa, John Mayer.
Yeah. One more.
let's pick a YouTuber. Let's pick someone that I think is really good. Oh, Chris Buck. There we go.
Oh, okay. Nice. And yes, I have been looking for an EJ Strat for years. One came up at the auctions last time round, and it just went too high for my
You can
blood.
pick them up for not much. Let me have a quick look on eBay. You can pick them up not that much, I'm sure.
I don't want a bound one though, because I think bound Strats are wrong. Bound neck Strats are wrong. I don't want one of the semis. I want one of the old ones, the 3-tone burst.
Yeah.
EJ Strat.
What, the 50s style 3-tone?
Yeah.
3-tone burst. 2-tone burst, you mean?
2-tone burst, sorry.
2-tone burst. 1475.
Yeah, if one came up at the auctions and it went for around about $1,000, I would snap it up someone's arm off to get it.
Yeah, 1295. You should sell your PRS and get one of them then.
Yeah, I might do that. I've only got one Strat, and that's quite a flavored Strat. The Strat Plus with relay sensors is it's not a generic Strat sound.
Yeah.
Right. You have to read this across two messages.
If Herky Jerky says,
yeah.
I have a master volume modded 1976 50-watt JMP. Is there a reason that I would need the Marshall SV20? Nah, I don't think so. I really don't think so. I think you've got a lovely amp there. I don't think you'd need that, and unless you're particularly bothered by the amount of volume that thing kicks out,
because it's going to be a lot.
Yeah, but even so, the 20-watt is still bloody loud.
Yeah.
No, I wouldn't bother. I would not bother. I would keep what you've got and love it.
Is the SV20 what I've got?
Studio Vintage. No, it's a Plexi.
Oh, okay. No, I've got the 800. Yeah, I've got the Studio
SC.
Yes.
Yeah.
Which is up for sale, by the way, if anybody's interested.
So, Mendel Rock says, cheers. Do you want to have a try the stereo experience also? Okay, let me read that again. Cheers. Do you want to have... He wants to try the stereo experience also. So I'll be on the lookout for one. Nice one. Herky Jerky. Thanks, gents. Anytime, mate. Ye Old Monkster one says, any thoughts on the new HeadRush Prime release today? Released yesterday, I think it was, wasn't it?
Yep, yesterday.
Will you be demoing it? I doubt it after the scathing review I gave it there. Always appreciate your honesty.
They wouldn't.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it in a minute. When we get onto the news, we'll talk about it.
Wait a minute, yeah. Nick Torres, I've recently watched Paul's video about his audition for Jamiroquai. Really interesting. If you could pick any band in the world to play guitar in, who would it be? Fleetwood Mac.
Oh,
Fleetwood Mac.
Who would mind me for drums?
Toto or something, probably.
Toto every time.
Toto. Pet says, what is an example of overly compressed vocal example?
There's a track called "Get on Your Feet" on the Gloria Estefan Cuts Both Way album, where you can hear the compression distorting out.
You hear it, yeah. You also hear it a lot on modern pop vocals. If you hear anything where if they leave breaths in and they don't control the breaths, okay, overly compressed, even though I like the sound of it, and you can't deny that he's not one of the best mixers ever. Go on. Go on.
I think you're going to say George Michael.
No, Muse.
Oh, true. No, that is, yeah.
It's always but you know, Mike Stent, amazing mixer. But if you listen to
Mark,
the way that,
Mark, not Mike.
Sorry, did I say? It's Mike Stent, isn't it?
It's Mark. I'm sure it's Mark.
Spike Stent. Sorry.
Spike, yeah.
Yes. So if you listen to Matt Bellamy's vocals on, especially earlier Muse stuff, if you listen when he's singing, he's such an expressive singer and really dynamic. He's an amazing singer. But listen to the breaths, how loud the breaths are compared to how loud the vocals are. The breaths are as loud as the vocal. He goes like that and everything. But I really like the way it sounds.
Yeah. Or actually, if you listen to any Phil Collins, you'll hear the cheap Mesa Boogie compressor he uses on his vocal. You can almost hear the click before it when it kicks in.
Mesa Boogie?
It's a Mesa Boogie compressor. In fact, no, I think it's a Boogie compressor. It's pre-Mesa Boogie. It's a Boogie compressor.
Really?
On his vocal. It's quite once you hear it's one of those things, once you hear it, you can't unhear it.
Wow. Have a listen to like a load of modern pop stuff, stuff that's in the charts. You'll hear like loads of compression that's not done very well.
And listen to Kate Bush if you want to hear breaths.
But that's different. That's because she sang in that particular. I would never say Kate Bush is overcompressed.
But there's a lot. But it's compressed, isn't it? It's heavily compressed
to get that sound out of it. Yeah.
Yeah.
David Brosh, New Gear Day, 5 sets of strings and picks. That's it. Good evening. Nice one. Can't go wrong with that. Hicks Coon says, hello from South Carolina. Love your show. Thanks for all the tips and demos.
You're very welcome.
Pleasure. Max Hodges, evening, Max.
Max, it arrived. Thank you so much. And by the way, that amp is an absolute monster.
What a great amp.
We'll come on to that.
Yeah, coming out shortly.
Yes.
Top Load says, a question. Have you guys had any experience with old rack units? Oh, yes. I just scored a killer 80s Bradford style full rack unit loaded with Digitech processor and a tube-driven PVTJ racks. Wow. I'd love to know what that set you back, because some of that we were talking about the Digitech stuff today, weren't we? Yeah,
old stuff that was. Oh man, I'd love to know what units. I'd love a pick.
I basically grew up on rack gear, so I've had everything. JMP ones, ADMP ones,
Sansan PSA one.
Yeah,
I love that thing.
Rocktron. Can't think what the.
What was the ART thing? Was it the R2000?
I had an ART 2000. What a pile of crap.
They were terrible.
Absolute pile of crap. The effects were right, but the preamp was awful.
Top Load Telly said I scored the whole lot for $3. What? He says I scored the whole rack for $3.
Nice one. Oh, you won't. Yeah, you can't go wrong with that, can you?
Oh man.
Look at that.
You could probably sell the rack itself for more than that.
I went down my local dump once about a year ago, and there was an SKB 6U sitting on the, because we got a bit where you can take and then they sort it out and do whatever with it. And inside it was I've still got the headphone preamp. I've got it here actually, because I'm literally, so inside it was this Tascam headphone preamp. Right. And a Yamaha synth, like an 80s synth.
Wow.
Yeah, it was great. And I said, "Can I have that?" And he said, "Yeah, go on, take it off." And that was good.
Awesome.
That was free.
Awesome.
But yeah, not as good as that. Sebman, hello from Nashville. Hello, Sebman. Pet says, "What's your favorite acoustic sound tone on a recording?"
The beginning of The Chain by Fleetwood Mac.
I was going to say Fleetwood Mac. So good. So good. You can't beat that, can you?
That kind of dobro-esque sound is just beautiful.
And have you got Prime Video?
Yes.
Have you been watching Daisy Jones and the Six, which is it's not about Fleetwood Mac, but it's basically a rip-off of
Daisy Jones and the Six. Amazing. Yeah. I have to watch.
It's good. It's really good.
I might have to binge watch that now.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. Paul McKinnon says, and speaking of preferred drummers, James, Steve Gadd or Stuart Copeland?
Gadd every day of the week.
There we go.
The guy's a genius.
Pet says, just put 10s on my acoustic. Oh, the relief. Yeah, I use 11s on my acoustic.
I think I play 11s on mine.
Yeah.
Although it had 12s on it before, I miss the tone.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I really miss the bottom end.
I think most acoustic manufacturers like 12s.
Yeah, I really miss the bottom end.
Wow, I thought the Bellamy thing was a stylistic vocal quirk. Pointed out to friends, and now they can't unhear it. Yeah, it is. It is one of those things. Once you unhear it, once you hear it, you can't unhear it. Drummer wise, my fans are Vinny Colaiuta and Pete Ray Biggin, Level 42.
Pete's a lovely bloke. I did some recording with him last year. What a drummer!
Can we just go back to Pet's comment? Actually, it is definitely a stylistic thing. You know, they didn't. It's not a mistake. They definitely wanted it like that.
Yeah,
they definitely wanted it like that because Spike Stent, he's one of the best mixers in the world. Yeah. So they definitely wanted it like that, and I think it adds energy to the track, doesn't it? And
also,
even
so, that's a score, mate. That's a real result.
Yeah. My Jamiroquai story was silly. I was selling an old Motu 828 on Loot. Loot, do you remember Loot?
Loot. Oh yeah. My god.
After talking for ages about my project at the time, I asked the other guy about his band, Jamiroquai, Nick Five, cool guy. Awesome. It's nice when someone does that, when someone's not
hello, do you know who I am?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and I like that. Bruce Swedeen, Thriller Michael Jackson, said he doesn't like compression or use it much.
Owl was another. Owl's compression was here.
But it's a different sound. We've got to think about Thriller and all the stuff that Al Schmidt did.
Oh, and it's a very different style of mixing and recording and stuff that he worked on.
Yeah, completely different. If you want modern pop stuff, and if you want it to sound great through, whatever, you've got to use compression. Yeah. There's very cool series.
I think talking about what was it called again?
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Daisy Jones and the Six.
Yeah, it's good. It's really good. 11s are for children. Maybe the piano. I'm loving the insults. This is good. There says yes.
Right. Should we do the news? Because we're at the bottom of the run and we're nearly at time, so we might as well do the news.
Okay.
Are you ready for this?
Yes. You're ready for this.
Da.
Share screen. Hold on.
Thinking about it.
Screen. Here we go. Okay. So all this bloody hell, it's gone mental this week, isn't it? All about the Bad Monkey.
Yeah.
So Gary Moore's Bad Monkey is now up for sale for $12,000 on and JHS has debuted BM t-shirts, Bad Monkey t-shirts, when with the Bad Monkey bubble burst. Honestly, don't fall for this rubbish. It's the same thing. It's just a pedal. It's just a
pedal. Although it was a good video. And yeah, so I'm not sure whether I embrace the monkey suit and the bananas, but it is very funny, and he's doing something completely different from everyone else, and that is to be commended.
Oh, he's brilliant. He's great, and he's a great guitar player. I really like Josh Smith, but he's yeah, I think
I'd love to hang with him. I think he'd be hilarious at a bar.
And I said Josh Smith, Josh Scott. Yes. Oh no, he's great, and he's a great guitar player. Yeah, but it's just a bloody pedal, and a cheaply made pedal at that. Next, right? I thought this was interesting.
Oh, okay.
So Morgan amps are now doing guitars,
right?
And funny enough, they're being made by Grover Jackson.
Okay.
So Grover Jackson, I think Grover Jackson's moved his workshop from LA,
right?
LA, where he was building all the Friedman guitars. He's now moved, and now he's making Joe Morgan. I don't understand.
Aren't they all from the same factory anyway? Friedman's, Morgan's, Morgan Freeman.
No. That's really interesting. Well, that's the amps. The amps are made at I can't remember the name of the builders, the people that make all of those amps.
Yeah.
Yes, they're all made in the same factory, but no, the guitars. No, so Friedman guitars were made by the ones that I had were made by Grover Jackson.
Right. Okay. I thought it'd be great, but
yeah, I mean, it's just I'm not sure on the headstock, and then the more I look at it, the more I like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It looks like a blade.
It does look a bit bladey, doesn't it? Yeah, blade as in Levinson blade.
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Where's that gone? I've lost that one. Anyway, look at this. What is this about?
So we talked about either I've seen it or Greg and I talked about it.
Oh, did you? Okay.
We might have done, but I just think that looks horrible, personally.
Just like you would stick that. I mean, basically, it's for your Les Paul. Your Les Pauls are notorious. The G strings are notorious for going out of
tune.
Mine doesn't. I don't think yours does, James. But you
it doesn't.
So why would you stick like a? Just that look crap, wouldn't it?
It would.
Look, it looks crap. Look at that. Great. That Murphy Lab Les Paul. That's got Brazilian board. Look at that board. That's nice.
Yeah, that's nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
Just anyway, no, it's wrong. It's wrong.
No, absolute crap. Focus Fuzz, awesome.
We know how much we like that.
It's Chris Stapleton. New.
That's lovely, isn't it?
New Epiphone, yeah. $5,000 though.
But you know, we forget, of course, that Epiphone were a brand in their own right before they were bought by Gibson and made into Gibson's cheaper sister.
Yeah, so it's a US built Epiphone, obviously.
I bet that plays beautifully for $5,000.
Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I thought actually we come back to this one. I'm going to move that to the end.
Yeah,
I'm going to move that to the end. Done that. There's no more, is there? There's no more there. Okay. New Billy Joe Armstrong juniors.
Yep, and
which I really, really fancy one of them.
Really?
Yeah, they're great. Well, it's like it's equivalent of a Squire, isn't it?
I suppose so. Yeah, it's very, very simplistic guitar and just
always sound great. Really, they always sound great, and it comes with a pink case, the old chainsaw case as well.
Yeah, of course, that's not masculine or anything, is it?
I like it. I like that.
How much?
Oh yeah, quite. Excuse me. They're not cheap. Were they $2 $2,199 €2,500?
So $2,500.
Yeah,
nice.
Quite a lot. It's quite a lot of money for
a junior. A guitar with one pickup,
and it's not a custom shop either. It's just they are a custom artist signature. Actually, is it a custom shop? I don't think they are custom shop.
No.
Anyway.
Nice.
Okay, so the thing that everyone's talking about, the HeadRush Prime. There's a couple of things I really don't like about it.
Right. Okay.
One, the size of it.
It's quite a beast, isn't it?
Massive. It's massive. And two, just the design of it. It looks tacky.
Well, it does look like it's come out of the In Music factory, because guess what? It has come out of the In Music factory. It's got it's got the similar sort of buttons and controls as you now find on all the Akai keyboards and controllers.
Yeah.
Because guess what? They're owned by In Music as well. I've got a couple of problems with it though. They're touting this thing up with things like the FM9 and the Quad Cortex and that sort of stuff. They've got their own capture technology, which apparently is good. I mean, the models I've heard on, or the demos I've heard online sound good. And then they go and try and make this behemoth of a board the answer to everybody's problems by putting a microphone input into it and Antares Auto Tune.
That is my biggest issue.
And I now don't know who it's for, because now all this is the function band guitarist's pedal board, so he can put the other 6-part harmonies in while the lead vocalist is doing their thing. And anyone who knows anything about being the guitarist in a band knows you don't always put full chords down just to make sure your vocal harmonies work.
I'm not sure the auto tune is designed to do that on this.
No, but it does do that as well. The auto tune bit is obviously to pitch your vocal and get you in tune. Now, anyone who's ever tried to sing with an auto tune on, doing its work, it's the weirdest thing ever.
Well, yeah, it is the weirdest thing, and it's fine in hip hop, where you're trying to go for that sort of sound, but it's a weird thing, isn't it? Why have they put that in the guitar product?
Why have they put the looper in as well?
Oh no, that's fine. I don't mind.
No, but I don't get why you'd have a looper, because again, this board is trying to be something for everybody, and the home user who is into looping and things like that might want that, but probably won't need the vocal effects and probably won't need all the guitar capturing stuff, because I think they've tried to throw too much into it. If they took the vocal effects bit out, knocked 6 inches off the end, I think it's got more legs. I mean, I could be proven wrong. The other problem I've got is that it's still reliant on 11 rack technology.
Is it?
Which is it's still 11 rack technology underneath. It's getting on for 15, 16 years old now.
Well, yeah, but then you don't have to use the 11 rack technology if you do the capturing.
True.
Do you know what? I just think it looks. I think the gold. I'm being picky.
The gold looks tacky.
It's tacky, isn't it? It just looks like.
It doesn't go with the colors. The color scheme is bright and light. But apparently, the screen is really good.
Is it?
Because my one criticism of the MX-5, and I know you're not a fan, but I've got some good noises out of that thing, is that the screen's quite difficult to navigate because it's quite small. Whereas apparently, because that's a much bigger screen, it's much easier to use, like touchscreen, drag and drop type thing.
Okay.
I just don't. I think they've done classic in music and they've thrown way too much into it.
Yeah. It is. Yeah. Get rid of the auto tune. Make it smaller. Get rid of that gold. Job's a good one. And then I mean, it's quite reasonable. I think it's about £1,000.
Yeah. I don't get why they put Marshall style gold top knobs on, because I just think that it's like, oh come on, that's a Marshall thing.
It's tacky, isn't it?
Yeah, it's not. I'm sure it sounds great. I'm sure I'll try one at NAMM and I'll go, this is brilliant.
Yeah.
But in fact, I look forward to seeing it at NAMM actually. But I'm not sure. Jury's out. Who's going to buy it, because the guys who want a really high end pedal board are going to go, but it's got all this other guff that I don't use.
Yeah. They put too much in it. It's too much. Next. So you reviewed this, didn't you?
I did the review for Studio Spares.
So the only right. So is it based on anything?
Yes.
What are they based on?
It's based on the Ampex.
Oh, of course it is. That's what it looks like.
Hence the MPX Ampex. It's from the tape machines.
I see.
I
think it looks great.
They're really good. They're built like tanks. All the warm audio stuff's great.
Yeah.
They sound awesome. But the thing is, they can sound as clean or as dirty as you want. That's the nice thing. And then you kick the tape saturation in, which is a bit like saying, I'm going to compress it and make it just, radio ready almost, in that kind of gritty, grungy kind of way. Then you've got the tone circuit, which switches the way the transformer operates. It's awesome. Really good units.
What are all these buttons down here?
You've got 7 buttons per channel.
Oh, okay.
And in the middle of the two channel version, you've got a power switch in the middle. So you've actually got 15 buttons, of which 7 are duplicated for each side of the power switch in the middle.
Oh yeah, but what are they? I can't read.
So you've got, and I'm gonna have to go from memory here. Phantom power.
Oh, okay. So it's just, hold on.
Yeah, it's all the functionality.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, it's fine. Yeah.
Phantom power, phase invert.
Yeah. Blah blah blah.
Transform. There's a gain, so you can get up to 90 dB of gain out of this thing.
Okay.
There's a transformer option. You've then got along the bottom a high pass filter, a low pass filter, and tape saturation.
Awesome. There we go.
And they're really good. So if you want super clean, you can get super clean out of them. If you want it a little bit grungy and a little bit tapey, you can get that as well. The thing to remember, though, and it caught me out, is I set all my gains up with the tape saturation in. When I turn the tape saturation off, my level all dropped. I went, oh, whoa, no, because that's not how it works. Set all your gains up without it, and then when you get the tape saturation in, it drives everything that little bit harder, and you get that lovely tape saturation compressy thing.
Even though it's not tape saturation.
Even though it's not, it's a circuit.
I see. Yeah, I don't understand. Don't call it tape saturation. Call it something else. Anyway,
it's lovely. They're really good.
Crazy Tube Circuits, other loads. I did the review. So did loads of other guitars.
Everybody.
It's really good. Really.
You did the demo in 10 minutes. Some people took half an hour to not get to the point. Enough said. They know who they are.
Maybe they get paid more for the amount of video. So yeah, well worth checking out. It is really good. Really like that. What's this? Now this is exciting. I'm surprised no one's mentioned this already. So the Michael Landau signature Coma Strat. Fender have done a reissue, well, a model of it, whatever you want to call it. I've always, I've never been a massive fan of the look of it, because obviously it used to have a Floyd Rose in it, and it's been cut away. It would have been so much nicer
if they hadn't done that bit.
If they hadn't have done that, it would be great. But the fact that it's got the Floyd cutaway in it,
they kind of had to, didn't they? Really, though.
Oh, I just would prefer it without. For me, that puts me off. But who wouldn't want to have played on as many songs as he has?
Yeah, he plays a bit, doesn't he? Let's face it.
Yeah, he's pretty good, isn't he? Anyway, 2,799 for the standard version. This is the American factory built one.
Yeah, and how much for the custom shop?
15,000. I'm not even sure. Oh, it is master built. Yes, this Todd Krause master built.
That's some serious dough, isn't it?
Yeah, that's some serious money. And again, there's a close up.
That's yummy, though. I still would. I know. I still would, though.
Yeah. Okay. And then I thought I'd ask what gear are we looking forward to at NAMM?
Well, I'm now quite looking forward to trying out that HeadRush Prime.
Right.
I am looking forward to that. I'm looking for. It sounds so tacky. I'm more looking forward to the meeting of the people that I haven't seen for 4 years.
Right.
Thanks, COVID.
Yeah, but what gear are we looking for?
I'm looking. I think if they don't do it this year, when are they going to do it? And that's definitely Kemper.
Do you know, you're right. Kemper needs to do something.
I'm looking forward, with my drum hat on for a minute, I'm looking forward to see some of the custom kits that get built just for the NAMM show.
Yeah.
DW always do some amazing stuff, as do Sonar.
Can you while you're there, can you go up to the Fender master upstairs and just do a bit of a walkthrough?
Yes. I am looking forward to seeing. I'm looking forward to seeing what UA have got.
Yeah,
I've heard only a meeting space, not an actual booth. Yeah.
Oh, so they're not going to be releasing. So all that little speculation we had about them coming up with something new, we don't think it's going to happen.
but I've heard that that's hearsay, not actual. Not been proven yet. I like hanging out and trying to find all the little boutiquey stuff. And I don't know if Hawley will be active this year because obviously China still has quite a COVID issue going on. But I like hanging out downstairs and finding all the interesting stuff that's going on. Don't know really. But the other interesting NAMM news, other than the fact that Paul isn't going to be there, which I am quite upset about, if I'm honest. But I totally understand the whys and wherefores. Is on the Saturday night, the Saturday evening of NAMM at 4 p.m. I have booked us a slot on the main press stage.
Awesome.
Which means we can do a live Q&A from the NAMM show floor.
What time would that be UK time? Do you know?
So 8 hours ahead, aren't they? So, sorry, 8 hours behind. So that will probably be the middle of the night.
Okay. Well, we'll have to sort something out, won't we?
Yeah, we'll work it out. So we could be getting to see Paul and his jammies.
Yeah.
But we'll try and do a live Q&A from the NAMM show floor. Hopefully we'll see if we can get some special guests along.
Yeah.
We'll see if we can get a couple of people in to film it with me, and we'll get it all hooked into the system, and we'll try and do a live stream. The cool thing about doing it there is they've guaranteed press speed broadband.
Nice.
So hopefully we'll be able to make it work, and it will be fun, and we won't. I mean, Rex hopefully is going to be hanging around with me for those 3 days.
Yeah.
And it'll be fun and stuff. So hopefully, I appreciate for the British and European audience. I'm really sorry that's a really sucky time to do it, but it will hopefully mean that in the real world we can have some people online in the States, and it'll be quite good for our Antipodean buddies as well, and it'll just be fun. Hopefully, we can make it work. More to follow on that, on actual times and how it's going to work out. But yeah, it should be a lot of fun. We'll see if we can get some people along and getting a bit of audience reaction. I'm not hoping for a Pensado's Place level reaction, but if a few people watching us do it would be really nice.
Yes. Okay, next one.
Where did we get to? Hang on. We got to there. Boom.
Boutique amp distribution. Thank you, Avocado. Yes, that's exactly right. Boutique amp. They're the people that make all the Friedmans, the Morgans.
Right. Yes.
Wamplers, blah, blah, blah.
Morgan Friedman.
Yes, Wamplers. Yeah, they do make Wampler stuff. Top Load Telly. Josh Scott is great for the industry. Yes, it's so true. He's one of the few that promotes competitors' products on a regular basis and calls it straight up, like it or not. It's true. He's brilliant.
Yeah.
He's a great player as well. Funky Bass UK. The lead actress in Daisy Jones and the Six is Elvis Presley's granddaughter. Wow, I didn't know that. There we go. Every day's a school day. Top Load says for $1,300, that HeadRush Prime unit probably will not sound or function much better than my Katana Artist Mark II with Tone Studio, if any. Well, go on. It's going to model. It can profile. So, which is the saving grace of it. That's the only good thing about it.
If it does it well.
If it does it well,
which it does seem to do.
I'm sure it will. Mateo says, yes, now we're talkings. Top Load says, the warm audio stuff looks great. I can add it to my rack unit. Mateo says, got the WA2 MPX on order. Maybe get it tomorrow. Nice one.
They're awesome. Really, I'm well impressed. I was quite gutted they asked for it back quite so soon.
Yeah. Basil, Tiffany says, I like the Floyd cut on this particular guitar. Interesting. It's nice that we've all got different opinions. Mississippi Blues, I have the HeadRush Prime being delivered tomorrow. I'll let you know how I get on. As far as the Antares Auto-Tune goes, I don't think even that would help my voice.
It's worth finding out, though.
True. Basil says, I don't believe a guitar is worth that much money.
It's dangerous, isn't it? Because
I don't know. I think Well, then that's like saying that a piece of, a
piece of furniture can't be worth that. Because
you've got a craft. If a craftsman is worth, how much is a craftsman's? It's different. Yes, if it was made, if it was made on a factory machine, line, yes, you're dead right. But if you've got a guy that's taking his time with that, and I personally think a guitar can be worth any amount of money.
Yeah, definitely.
It depends on Top load. I'm super happy with the Vega Trem VT1. Recently added to one of my Strat builds. Killer precision bridge. Nice.
A number of people have said to me since the auction a couple of weeks ago, what happened to your idea of doing a parts caster and making the SSH Strat that you wanted?
Right.
The simple answer is all those auctions for parts and for necks and bodies went stupidly high.
Did they?
Ridiculously high.
You might as well just go and we should do
a parts caster kit.
Yeah, I'd like to go to Warmouth and order something. Maybe we should get hold of Warmouth and just see if we can do something, because I don't want to spend money on that, because I think it's just that you spend more than it's actually worth.
Yeah. I mean, I thought if I could pick a neck up and a body up and some bits and pieces for a couple of hundred notes, that'd have been great. But oh no. Now, maybe the ones I was looking at were original Fender necks or original whatever necks. I don't think that's the case. But hey, someone clearly got a bee in their bonnet that they wanted them. And I'm sure people would say I overpaid for some stuff. I don't think I did, but no. So that won't be happening this time. It's an idea that's on the back burner for next time.
Awesome. Basil, Tiffany says her good thing about those.
I think that's probably the Warms.
There we go. Al says, right, I'll definitely be there for NAMM Q&A. There we go. Nice one.
And it'll probably be followed by drinks afterwards, because it's always followed by drinks afterwards.
Yeah, it's a good boozy time.
And now, Al, I'll take you to my favourite drinking spot on the trade show floor.
Yeah, free drinks.
Yeah, free drinks and good tunes.
Yes, we like that there. Michael says, bit late. Hello. Hi, Michael. Having fun with cheap as chips Boss Dual Cube LX lunchbox amp. Nice one.
Wow. We were talking about those only today, weren't we?
Yeah.
For a little video we've got video we've got planned.
Yeah. Basil says you're right, recraftsmanship. I just hear that price and shut down. Paul, have you now played a Harley Benton? I have. I've played 2 Harley Bentons, and one absolutely blew me away.
Scary, isn't it?
Really
absolutely
good.
Scary. That Harley Benton Les Paul custom special deluxe thing.
Really good.
Really, really good guitar.
Yeah.
The only thing that I'd say that you and I both agree is the pickups let it down a little bit. Not let it down for £100 guitar. Let it down for a £500 guitar.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I think it'd be nice. It'd be nice to put in, a couple of different humbuckers.
I've got an idea. I've got an idea what I could put in it.
Hey, do you know what?
I can't say it out loud.
I've taken those. I've taken those pickups out of that Hofner. It had those the Joan Jett expensive pickups in it.
Yeah.
What are they called? Velvet hammers or something?
Something like that. Yeah.
Yeah, I've taken them out of that and I've put them, but they just look a bit crap. I don't think I'd put them in.
No. What have you done with the guitar?
I feel bad. It's going to go down the old Dumperoonie.
You're going to burn it.
Yeah, it's going to have to. Yeah, I mean it's knackered. It's just all split.
It would cost more than it's worth.
Yeah, it's not worth it.
Which is a shame.
It's not worth it. Funky Bass, I'm having a parts caster built at the moment. Fender Tilly Custom. Could only afford it in pieces. Nice one. It's all good. Sure, it'll be fantastic. Basil says, how long before Chinese guitars catch up with domestic quality? It seems not long. No, I don't think so.
Not long at all. Far East. I don't know about China specifically, but Far Eastern guitars.
Where were those Harley Bentons made? Are they not China?
Vietnam.
Vietnam, were they? Okay.
Yeah.
Again, though, yeah. Basil, I don't mean the super custom stuff. Top Load Telly says the Vega Trem ain't cheap. It was about $290, but worth every penny. So we need to get it organised. We're going to have Trevor Wilkinson come on.
Yep.
On the show at some point. Then he can talk all about the sound of, different trems and stuff, because it does make a big difference.
Massively so. At that point,
are we done?
We're done. We've got through it all. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. It's been a long day for Paul and I. I mean, I suspect you were up at 5 o'clock this morning, weren't you?
I was at 5 o'clock, yeah.
So it's been a long old day. So I think we should let the old guy go and get some kip.
Oh wait.
We'll be back. I think probably Greg and I next week, because I can't really expect you to move house and on the same day.
My birthday as well on that day.
I think that's asking a bit much. So we'll be Greg and I next week. Who knows what will happen in the meantime? Plenty of videos coming out this week from us. Once I can get my head around editing on a laptop rather than my PC, but that's another story. We should finish on a high point.
A few beef Space Raiders. Remember Space Raiders?
I love Space Raiders. Thank you, sir. Thank you very much. And thank you all for joining us. We will see you same bat time, same rat channel next week.
There we go.
Have a good week, everyone, and stay safe, take care and all that, and we'll see you soon.
Cheers, guys.